All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Shem Shai, by Shem Dash. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, Karatas are back with another lesson at the GMS Virginia camp. And the lesson is we were as beasts before thee. And how were we beasts before the Lord, man? All right. We were following after the ways of the Gentiles, okay? And so let's go ahead and get the beast, all right? And I'm going to get into the scriptures, all right? A metaphor for beast, okay? Let's understand what a metaphor is, though. A metaphor. It says a figure of speech in which a word or phrase is applied to an object. All right, in this case, beast. All right, or action. In this case, beast, and how an individual conducts themselves, the things that they do. All right, things that they say. All right, to which is not literally acceptable. All right. All right, here we go. A thing regarded as representative or symbolic of something else, especially something abstract. All right. So when I want to say King Asaph, if he's not Salakia, I'm not sure the history behind that individual. When he was reading these, when he wrote this psalm out to the Lord, all right, this is what he said. All right, this is Psalm 73 and 22. So foolish was I and ignorant, I was as a beast before thee. And that's how the whole nation of Israel is today, all right, and was yesterday. And yesterday, I mean in a past life, not just yesterday that passed yesterday. All right, hey, Shalom, Maki, Abashim, Shai, Bashim, Karkadash, Bakata. All right, so let's look at this word ignorant. Let's look at this word ignorant. We know it goes into somebody without knowledge. Okay, if you look up just the Google definition. All right. All right. It says here. It says to know, to learn, to perceive. All right, and it goes into a whole bunch of definitions in regards to ignorant. All right. To be known, become known, be revealed. All right, and let me get my thoughts together. All right, the words of the Lord are knowledge unto us. All right, the words of Yahweh Shema Shai are knowledge unto us. All right, without the words, all right, of Yahweh Shema Shai, we will be ignorant. All right, we will be lost. All right, we will be as beasts. Okay, as we have been as a whole, as a nation. All right, we have been as beasts. Okay, because we followed after the ways of the heathen that was round about us. All right, and the word beast in the Hebrew is Baha Mawah. I believe I said it right.
Strong's H 929. Behema.
All right, Ba and Ha. Yep. Then we got Ma and then Bahama. All right. So here it says wild beasts, cattle, livestock, blah, blah, blah. Right. So beast here in this precept is being used as a metaphor, man. Okay. All right. So metaphor for beast. All right. It says, bam. All right. What is the metaphor of he is a beast? If you refer to a man as a beast, you refer to that his behavior is very violent and uncontrolled. All right, that's how Israel was, okay, and still is. All right. If you call someone a beast, you think they are behaving in a selfish, unkind, or unpleasant way. All right, and that's how the whole nation of Israel has been towards the Lord. All right, and you can go back into the land of Egypt, when we was out there idol worshiping. You can go back into after we came out of Egypt. The Lord took us out of Egypt. You can go into the book of Judges when we were or yeah, when we were being set up in the land. All right, Israel was out there idol worshiping. All right, let me go ahead and get that. Let me speak on that. This is how we were violent, all right, or doing things that the Lord didn't want us to do. All right, this is Judges chapter 2:1, and the angel of Yahweh came up from Gilgal to Bochim, and said, I made you to go up out of Egypt and have brought you unto the land which I swore unto your fathers. And I said, I will never break my covenant with you. And ye shall make no league with the inhabitants of the land. Ye shall throw down their altars, but ye have not obeyed my voice. Why have ye done this? All right. So within the law, the Lord said, trying to think, I can't remember specifically where it is, but it says, you're supposed to destroy an idolatrous city. Don't let an idolater live, things like that, right? But in this case, we did not obey the voice of the Lord. Okay. We did not do that. And in these days, you got Jake that's still not obeying the voice of the Lord, even brothers within the truth, okay? Not obeying the voice of the Lord. And then that's how we got destroyed, because we chose not to obey the voice of the Lord. That's how we were beasts before the Lord. So I'm going to go down. Bam, right here. It says, this is Judges 2:11, and the children of Israel did evil in the sight of Yahweh and served Baalim. All right, so when you serve somebody, let's look at that word serve. To serve somebody or something, it says perform duties or services for another person or an organization. All right, so when we as a nation served other gods, we performed duties or services to them instead of performing the duties and services that we should have kept doing for the Lord, which is to keep his ways. All right. And one way we could have performed a duty and a service to the Lord in this precept, all right, was to do this: throw down the altars of the idol of the other nations that was round about us, man. But what did Israel do? They went ahead and followed behind the nations that was round about us, man. All right. And it says in the scriptures that we did worse than the nations that was round about us, man. I believe it's in Ezekiel, which I'm gonna go into. Lord will, I can find it. Yahweh desire. But continuing on in this, so we perform duties and services for this idol. All right. It says, and they forsook Yahweh power of their fathers. This is how we became beasts. All right. We did things that were violent. All right. Very violent. All right. And uncontrolled, because the nations around about us are violent and uncontrolled. They don't have no legitimate power like we do. All right. Which brought them out of the land of Egypt, and followed other gods and the gods of the people that were round about them, and bowed themselves unto them, and provoked Yahweh to anger. So when you provoke the Lord to anger, you get kicked out of your land. All right. You get destroyed. You get your land and the people within that land get raped, robbed, and murdered. All right. The villages get pillaged. All right. Kids get killed. Women get taken. Men get killed. All right. That's because when we do things that are contrary to the Lord, his anger, his righteous anger, his indignation, all right, is upon us as a whole. All right. But this is Ezekiel talking about the two sisters, okay? Which is the names is, if I say it wrong, Salakia, Aholah and Aholabah. All right. This is representative of the northern kingdom or Israel, and this is representative of the southern kingdom or Judah. Okay. And it tells you right here. All right. Thus their names, Samaria. All right. That's where the northern kingdom was. Okay. Israel. All right. Bam, right there, Aholah. So, like, if I'm saying it wrong, all right. In Jerusalem, we know that's where the Lord's temple is. All right. So who was around there? All right, Judah. Go read in the Book of Kings. All right, and tell you these simple things. This is putting the pieces together of the Bible. All right. So I'm gonna just read a little bit in regards to both the northern and the southern kingdom. All right, in this chapter in regards to how they were beasts before the Lord. All right. So this is Ezekiel 23:1. The word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, there were two women, the daughters of one mother, and they committed whoredom in Egypt. All right, did we not idol worship in Egypt? Because that's all we knew. All right. Until the Lord set us free. All right. They committed whoredoms in their youth. There were their breasts pressed, and they were bruised. And they bruised the teats of their virginity, Salakia. And the names of them were Aholah, the elder, and Aholabah, her sister, and they were mine. All right. Is not the Lord, are we not the Lord's people? Yes, we are. All right. And they bear sons and daughters. All right. Children of the nation of Israel. All right. Northern kingdom and southern kingdom children. And their names were, and thus were their names. Samaria is Aholah, and Jerusalem is Aholabah. So lucky if I'm saying that wrong. All right. And Aholah played the harlot when she was mine, and she doted on her lovers and on the Assyrians, her neighbors. All right. Did not the northern kingdom be taken over by the Assyrians? Yes. All right. Yes, that happened. Go read the Book of Kings. You can read the history of us, our people. All right. What we went through. Verse 6 says, which were clothed with blue, captains and rulers, all of them desirable young men, horsemen riding upon horses. Thus she committed whoredoms with them, with all them that were chosen men of Assyria, and with all whom she doted, with all their idols she defiled herself. Bam, right there. That's how we became estranged from the Lord. All right. So let's look at this word whoredoms. It's tazanus.
Spellings H8457.
Taznooth. Okay.
Taznooth.
Says fornication, harlotry. All right. In this case, fornication, all right, is idol worship. Look, it tells you right here, figuratively, idolatry. Because you're going from your power to another power, okay, that doesn't do anything. All right. You know how Jake do. Jake get down with the crowd just to fit in. All right, just to be cool, just to hang around, be one of the gang. All right, well, that should get you fucked up by the Lord. All right, and doing that idol worship, okay, it's selfish behavior. All right, it's unkind behavior. All right, it's selfish because you're taking yourself away from the Lord, so you're being selfish towards the Lord. All right, it's unkind because when you start acting as a Gentile, all right, you pick up all their ways and you're acting the same way that the Gentiles act toward their people. All right, and in this case, just Jake would be out there killing Jake, man. All right, just like you see now. All right, but bam, right there, harlotry, whoredom. It says figuratively idolatry, and Jake is heavy in that shit right now. All right, but continuing on, verse 8: neither left she her whoredoms brought from Egypt. So that means within their hearts, they still want to go back and do the things that the other nations wanted to do as far as idol worshiping. All right, they still wanted to be a part of uh things not what with you. How about Shemal Shah? All right, for in her youth they lay up with her, and they bruised the breast of her virginity, and poured their whoredom upon her. All right. Wherefore I have delivered her into the hand of her lovers, into the hand of the Assyrians upon whom she doted. All right, bam. That's what happens when you transgress the ways of the Lord as a whole. All right, the Lord will send enemies upon you to correct you. All right, to correct you. Uh, verse 11, Ezekiel 23:11. And when her sister Aholabah saw that she was more corrupt in her inordinate love than she, and in her whoredoms more than her sister in her whoredoms. All right, so Judah was more wicked than Israel, the northern kingdom. All right, she doted upon the Assyrians, her neighbors, captains and rulers, clothed more gorgeously, horsemen riding upon horses, and all of them desirable young men. Then I saw that she was defiled, that they took both one way, and that she increased to a whoredom. For when she saw men portrayed upon the wall, the images of the Chaldeans portrayed with vermilion. So the Chaldeans, they go back to Babylonians. So right here it tells you that, if you understand that uh Judah was fucking around with idols that the Babylonians had. All right, verse 15, it says, girded with girdles about their loins, exceeding in dyed attire upon their heads, all of them princes to look to after the manner of the Babylonians of Chaldee, the land of their nativity. As soon as she saw them with her eyes, she doted upon them and sent messengers unto them in Chaldee. All right. Verse 17, it says, and the Babylonians came into her the bed of and it came to her in the bed of love, and they defiled her with their whoredom, and she was polluted with them, and her mind was alienated from them. All right. So bam, whoredom. How did they defile the southern kingdom, Judah? All right, or the land Jerusalem? All right, within this case, with their whoredoms, man. All right, with their idols. All right, they came and set up their idols in the land, man. Set them up on high. All right. And then what did Jake do? Jake went and served those idols. All right, as a nation, both northern and southern kingdom. All right, so basically that's what that's telling you. All right. The sisters, it goes into how the land and the people were defiled, man. All right, and you can read in the book of Kings. All right, oh yeah, Second Kings. All right, after Solomon. All right, how the nation just split apart, and every wicked king was ruling with every king. Salakia, when the kings were ruling, there were wicked kings and there were good kings, but the wicked kings. Let me think of who one might be. Let me see. Let me just do this. Bam, look at this. It says, and Judah did evil in the sight of the Lord, and they provoked him to jealousy with their sins, which they had committed above all their fathers had done. All right, guess what that is? All right, idol worship, man. Look right here. It says, all right here. This is 2 Kings 8:18. And he walked in the way of the kings of Israel and did as did the house of Ahab, for the daughter of Ahab was his wife, and he did evil in the sight of the Lord. All right. I believe Ahab was a king of the northern kingdom. All right. But all the kings of Israel, both northern and southern kingdom, did evil, man. All of them did. Not all of the kings, some were good kings, okay? Maybe like a handful, 5, maybe 6. Well, you got all this right here, man, in the book of Kings, 2 Kings, telling you Manasseh, all right. Oh, Slaki, and he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, as his father did, Manasseh. Let's see who this is talking about. Yep. All right. Amon was 20 and 2 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 2 years in Jerusalem. So this was the southern kingdom king. All right, and he was evil, just like he said. But the evilness that Israel has done, okay, what the evilness was idol worship, man. That's what made us beast, okay, being ignorant and without, all right, outside of the love of the Lord, which we chose to go to because we chose to be idol worshipers, man. But we got to turn back from that. We are in the um we are in the close to the end of this damn society, man. Really super close. The scriptures say. Let me just get. I think it's in but, yep, Romans 13, and that knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for our salvation is nearer than we believed. All right, so it's time to wake up, Jake. All right, it's time to wake up because the Lord is coming to destroy, man. All right, and He's coming to destroy idolaters, man. All right. First Corinthians 6. All right, look, this is First Corinthians 6:9. Know ye not that the unrighteous. All right, so what is righteousness in this time? Having faith, having confidence in the Lord. All right, shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. Be not deceived, neither fornicators. All right, we looked this word up. We looked it up. I forgot the word we looked up earlier. Oh, it was whoredom. All right, fornicators, nor idolaters. All right. The word whoredom went into fornicators, and if we went down, it said figuratively idolaters, or idolaters or idolatry. All right, and that's what the Lord is not allowing in His kingdom. Nor adulterers. This is somebody that has sex with a married woman. All right, nor effeminate, so homosexual men. All right, another one, nor abusers of himself with mankind. And the feminine goes back into men that are afraid, you know. But none of these people are these ones too, right here. Nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of the Most High, man. All right, so if you are an idolater, you're going to be destroyed. That was my point in pulling this out. All right, let's look at this word unrighteous, because we know, according to Romans, I believe it's the 4th chapter, it tells you, no, yeah. I think, let me go see. I believe it's Romans, the 4th chapter. It tells you about, faith. All right. Justification by faith. All right. So this is speaking on Abraham's justification. All right. And this is speaking on how we're going to be justified. All right. And it's by faith. All right. We're going to be justified by our faith. So going back to 1 Corinthians 6:9, and I want to look up unrighteous. It says descriptive of one who violates or has violated justice. Unrighteous, sinful. All right. It says deceitful, fraudulently with others. All right. These are things, these are characteristics of an individual that is unrighteous. And so if you fall within one of these characteristics, all right, it's like you gotta back up out of that. All right. We all violate the laws of the Lord, you know, but through His mercy, all right, and through faith, we're gonna make it up out of here. Because the Lord knows we can't keep the laws, but we should try our best to choose to keep the laws, man, when we can. In order to keep the law, you gotta know the law. All right. So that means we gotta study the law. But nonetheless, you know not to eat pork, commit adultery, or commit spiritual adultery, which is idol worship. Let me get this right quick, and then I'm gonna close out. Let me get, of course, Wisdom of Solomon. All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 12. For the devil was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life. So when we as a nation decided to go idol worship, all right, the Lord was like, nope, gonna cut you off, throw you out the land, scatter you amongst your enemies, have your enemies rule over you, all right, and destroy you to the point, okay, where you calling out the Lord's name and asking Him for help and salvation, because that's the point we at right now. We have no other means or no other choice to do anything else but call upon the Lord for salvation, man. The Lord has heard us, man. He's going to continue to answer our prayers. You got to believe that. Lord will you is edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to you. How about Shemi Al-Shai, about Shema Rakakadash. We give double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule on teach well. And I want to say shalom to the whole full Kwame Yashiralim, a wall flower ball. Shalom.